I am live and I am moving and I apologize. I was sitting at my desk. I needed to get where I could be a little bit brighter to you all. Forgive me for that. Look at there is a problem with my screen today. I think it's because I dropped it. Forgive me. Let's see what I can do to make that adjustment. There's something wrong here. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Don't you all leave me. There's something going on that should not be. Let's try to do it this way. Let's see if I can have a different screen. I don't know what that is in the back that's causing that, y'all. I don't like this. And so, every now and then you got to make adjustments as you go. Is that okay? How about if we just blur today? That's a little bit better. Oh, I see what you're doing there. That's that thing in the background back there behind me. Okay, I apologize. Let's go for the gusto. Let's walk and talk. And let's see. You can see where I'm at today. I'm at the church, stood at home. And so I can see all of this stuff in the background causing some issues. But, hey, when you go live, you get what you can get. Am I right about it? So I'm a little bit on the dark side today. It is what it is. Let's go for it. Let's do what we got to do. Brother Mark, I know you are there with me. Thank you for being there. I'm sorry, everybody, for this confusion and the way this looks today. I've never seen it look like that. I don't know why I'm looking the way I am, but I'm going to try to make an adjustment as we're on here. Is that good? Can we do this live today? My fault, my bag. I should have been looking in the first place. And that's a lot better. That's a lot better, but it's still on the dark side. Forgive me. All right. It is October 25th. It is Friday. It is Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am with you. And again, forgive me for this 2-minute delay in the way things are started this morning. But I wanted to get this party started. Is that okay? I'm looking and to make a shift today and come into the office. Hello. Well, it's Pastor Willie at Pastor Willie Live with Kingdom Fundraisers. I've got something for you a little bit new and different. For the last few weeks, we have been talking about logic models and at least 3 weeks and even a replay when I couldn't be here for the week when we had the tornadoes and hurricanes here in Florida. I didn't get a chance to just review some of the things. And so today, intentionally, I want to make sure we have a good conversation about this topic. I think it's a good topic. In fact, I know it is, that we should be having this conversation about as it relates to you and I, and we're talking about logic models and how to get you from startup to sustainability. How do we help you get your vision off of the paper and onto the pavement? How do we help you become a six-figure kingdom fundraiser? And I've been praying about that thing when we talk about kingdom fundraisers. We're raising dollars to be able to support ministries. We're raising dollars to help support your vision, those things that God called you to, and it's in your heart to help you launch. And it's interesting that, and I realize there are a lot of individuals out here that say that they can do what we can do. And the reality is, I don't know how many of you actually can. But what I do know is that you need to, or you want to look for someone who has experience in kingdom fundraising. And that's what we're here to try to help you do, become a kingdom fundraiser. And so when you look at the opportunities that's in front of you, if God has called you to a mission field, if he's called you to the neighborhood, to the church, then he's placed in your heart something that you want to do, that you should be doing, again, for the kingdom. And many of you individuals are not sure and don't know how to do it or how to get started. And what we want to do today is help you think about things that's going to help you get off of paper onto pavement, how to get it from startup to sustainability. And my brothers and sisters, I got to tell you, I've been in serious prayer about this because a lot of individuals want to know what to do, and they're not really willing to sacrifice. Come on, somebody. You have to sacrifice to get these things done. You can't get grant writers and fundraisers free. You can't do it. And if you don't know how, we need to learn to get these lessons. Mark's not with me right now, but I want to tell all of you there's a way. Go to my webpage, repeatinc.com. When you go to those when you go to that, when you go to my webpage, I'm sorry, I'm typing it. Mark's not with me today, so I've got to do it myself. You go to repeatinc.com. There you go. I'm going to do it myself. Yeah, there he is. Mark is here. I'm sorry, brother Mark. You are here. There you go. I miss my brother. Hey, everybody, y'all pray for Mark and his family and the people there where he lives. They had a typhoon this week, and I want you all to be praying for him and to make sure that you all get that. There it goes right there. It's Repeat Inc. We got to redo it, Mark. Repeat Inc. I think I did it wrong too, didn't I? Yeah, it's Repeat Inc. Hello, somebody. We got to fix that. WEPETEINC.com. Amen. We'll get it right. Between the two of us, we'll get it right. I think we're both typing fast this morning. But go to my webpage, repeatinc.com. Sign up, get your free gift. There's a guide, 10 mistakes fundraisers make. That guide will help you get off the ground and help you get started right off the bat. So you want to have that, you want to get that and get it going. And then you can sign up to have one-on-ones with me so we can have a conversation so that directly we can talk about how to get your vision off paper and how to get that vision on the pavement and get yourself going so we can show you how you can actually go from startup to sustainability. I don't want you to just get started. I want you to be able to go for the gusto and be able to do this long term and for a long time. Amen. And so that's really what we want to make sure you do. Mm-hmm. Listen to me well. Many of you have seen what God has called you to do, and they don't know what to do, don't know how. There are a lot of individuals that are already off the ground. And this thing is not easy. I've got people who have called me and contracted with me, and we haven't found funding. It's not going to always be the way you want it to be. I'm tossing up now 3 major grants right now. And let me rephrase that. They're not major, but they're from major suppliers, major funders, who, if we can do these $10, $15, and $25,000 grants on these three locations, they grow. I had a conversation with an individual at a fundraiser last night, and we were talking about how to get started with these organizations at $10,000 at a time. And after several years, the one organization not only funded them for $10,000, $20,000. Their last grant from those individuals were $100,000+. And guess what? If we do this and we do it right, you don't have to ask funders for money. They see the work that you're doing and they begin to share with you what you want to do. And so we want to make sure that you connect with me. You can go to my LinkedIn, Linktree, and / Pastor Willie. Go there. You can connect on Linktree to all of my sites, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Repeat Inc., whether it's Facebook, the 1 Minute Prayer page. You can connect to me there, and then we can help you get started. So you want to make sure you're doing that. repeatinc.com/contact me. You can find a way to reach out to me. Take 30 minutes of your time. Let's talk about it. You can go to my YouTube channel right here, YouTube, and you can become a subscriber, where you can get all of these teachings and all of the training that I've been providing for a while. They're all on the YouTube channel. And all you have to do is become a subscriber right there at Ask Pastor Willie /videos. And so don't miss your opportunity. to connect, and then allow me to connect with you directly so we can show you, we can teach you how to do this. Many individuals want me to do it for you, and that's okay. We have 3 tiers. On my Facebook page, you can purchase the videos directly and do it yourself. I'm talking about my course. These are talking. There's a course online on my weP.com page, and you can go there and you can actually get your course and learn to do it yourself. But if you're struggling, we can do it together. That's part 2. And then number 3, if you insist and you can't figure it out and you want us to help you find grants and write them, and remember I said find them, write them, you can schedule that there. You can go to that page and get the 5 R's for successful fundraising. I'm praying soon to be able to have loaded on our page the book called Startup to Sustainability. And then my personal story, from the band to the pulpit. Come on, somebody. We want to be able to tell people what God is doing for and how we got to this journey from the band into fundraising into the pulpit, from the band to the pulpit to fundraising. God has been good, and he's been good to you, and we want to help you tell your story. But most of all, we want to help you get the funding you need for the programs. And I want to go back to the conversation from last night at the fundraiser. We were having a conversation about how to be able to look at small steps, 5,000 here, 10,000 here. And if you got 5 organizations giving you $10,000, you probably met your goal. One of my goals this year was to do by the end of the year, $40,000, $50,000. I believe I'll meet that goal for the organization where I am at right now to help them get the funding they need. I want to do that for you. Let me be your trainer, your coach, your consultant, your fundraiser. Let me show you how to take the steps that you need to become the fundraiser that God has called you to be. Let me, Willie Peterson, Pastor Willie, show you how to go from startup to sustainability. Let me, Pastor Willie, show you how to get your vision off of paper and onto the pavement. I can do that if you'll let me. Again, now, we have been talking about, or the lesson that I have for you today, we've been talking about logic models. And as I said to you, the logic models, the major steps are understanding who your avatar is and what activities you're going to have, or we call them inputs. What are you going to do for those avatars? Then when you have your activity, the avatar, your activity, then what are your the outputs? What are you going to do for them? If you're going to have a tutoring program, then what are you going to do in the tutoring program? If you're having a mental health for youth, what does that mean? If you're having a food program, what does that mean? If you're having a fundraiser, what is the inputs? What are you bringing to the table in order to accomplish those goals? So often we miss those things because we have not taken the time, should I say, to make sure those things are completed. But we want to make sure you have done those steps in order to be able to do that. Again, inputs, activities, outputs, outcomes, and then I added the impact. Again, talking about what does that mean? Defining that for your organization. You want to list your resources for inputs. You want to define the activities and the work for the people you're going to serve in activities. You want to thoroughly identify the deliverables or your outputs that result from your activities, and then focus on your outcomes. You focus on your short-term and long-term outcomes so that you can map out whatever changes that you need as you're working your program. And then we can define the impact that you're making. Listen, everybody, those 5 steps we can do with you. That's one of the first things that I do with any organization that I get with. When I talk about it, if you saw my video the other day, helping you qualify. That's what we do to help you qualify. We look at your logic model, and your logic model is what I use to help you qualify. And then we outline that properly. Now, when we go to apply for grants, guess what? We know what we're looking for. And I say to you, one of my desires is to assess your organization. We do that with a logic model. Then we match your vision with the funders that it wants to fund a vision like that. Every grant is not for you, but there are funders out there that have an interest in what you want to do. So we match your vision with the right funder, and guess what? That can help you have a consistent cash flow. And that's the goal with We Pete Inc. and Pastor Willie through Kingdom Fundraisers, is to do that. We assess your organization by using a logic model. Now, today I was talking about logic model. How do we know the logic model actually is going to work? Well, we do that in several ways. One of those, and today my topic is talking about program evaluation. Why is evaluation matter? If we've done those 5 things as we into our logic model, the importance of evaluating programs, we do that why? So we can ensure effectiveness, we have accountability, and then we can continuous improvement. Why do we look at evaluation again? So that we can ensure the effectiveness of the work that we're doing. Then we have accountability. When we can look at what we've done, we go through the logic model, we can look at where we started, what we need, what we have, and we can be accountable to what we do. And guess what? Every funder expects accountability. And then we can look at improvements. What worked, what didn't work. How many came, how many didn't come? Why did they not come? How come they were successful? What did we do right? Oftentimes we look at what was wrong, but sometimes we need to evaluate what we did right so we can do an even better job or more of it. If we're looking for 10 people in our class, we only got 6, and we did good with the 6, what did we do right? And how do we reach out to find more people for next time? Again, the one reason why we want to make sure we do a program evaluation, because it matters. Effectiveness, accountability, and continuous improvement. It helps us establish clear goals and objectives. Setting specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound goals. We call that the SMART plan. Remember that? Setting specific, measurable, smart, attainable, relevant, and time-bound objectives. We use the SMART program in our evaluation, or SMART term in our evaluation. Then we select evaluation. Look at how we will evaluate. We use quantitative and qualitative methods, pros and cons of surveys or interviews, focus groups, and observation. Evaluation is powerful because it helps us, again, we look at the quantitative and we look at the qualitative. What worked and how did it work? What are the pros and the cons? We're using surveys, we're using interviews, we're using focus groups, and then we have observation. We talk about students in the school a lot, and we tell parents, go sit and watch. That's an evaluation. It tells you can see what your child is doing. And oftentimes I know when you're sitting in the back of the room, your kids are going to act right. But sometimes you're able to just get to the school, get permission, and look through the door for 2 or 3 minutes and let the teacher know you're going to be coming. I'm going to stand on the outside just to observe, especially if you get a report that they're not doing good. Well, the same thing in our programs. Sometimes you want some people to just take a look at your program by observing what you do, how you do it, so that you can, again, have a better opportunity to correct it and or expand it. Evaluations allow us to collect and analyze data. We talked about that in the evaluation piece, especially in the outcomes. How do we collect data? How many people came? How many people were served? And your funder wants to know those things. So it gives us, we look for common techniques and best practices for collecting reliable and valid data. Sometimes we take different programs that's already working. My prep program that we're doing here, we look at other prep programs around the country, see what works, and then we can either add and take away from what we're doing. That's evaluation. We evaluate what we've already done, we take a look at it, we collect the data on the process, we collect the data on the attendance, we collect the data on the scores, we collect the data on how many people were employed and not employed, and why they were or were not. Data collecting is powerful and very important. Also allows us, evaluation allows us to report the results. Huh? Crafting clear and engaging reports. It shows us how to write a report that funders, stakeholders can easily understand. One of the things that we, Pete Inc., and through the Kingdom Fundraisers, we do when we're helping you with evaluation, we're looking at making sure that the way you word and write or respond to the funder's request. We do that in several ways. We do that at the beginning of the process when you're looking at a grant to write a grant. We want to read what they say. My 5 R's tell you that. You research, then you read. And I tell them not just read, but read it again and then read it again. Then you write. Then you review, and then you build relationships. Now, why do you build relationships last? Because after you've done all that, the funder either approves you or do not approve you. It gives you the opportunity to meet with the ones that approve you and building a relationship. You're writing them, you're inviting them to your events. But for the funders that did not fund you, then you're building relationships help you. You want to do the same process. Bring them out, have them come out and see what you're doing, and they can tell you what they're looking for and help you build that relationship so that the next funding opportunity, you're in their eyesight. Reporting results, collecting data. You want to make sure you're crafting clear and engaging reports, And again, we talked about visuals, inviting them to come. You might want to use charts and graphs. How about that? Things like that so that they can see what you're doing. Implementing funding for improvement. Evaluation allows you to implement, funding, I mean finding. I'm Kingdom Fundraiser, so funding automatic come out. Implementing the findings for improvement. So you're using your evaluation for continuous improvement. Every organization wants to do better. You want to grow, but the best way to grow is to evaluate what you're doing, how you're doing, where you are, where you want to go. It helps you identify your program strength, you identify your weaknesses, and the areas of growth that you need to do. So then you want to share success stories with your stakeholders, your funders. Your evaluations allow you to look at what's working and share those stories. Take pictures, have people write testimonies, and especially if you're doing social media type stuff, get your people to share a 1 minute or less. You don't need a 5-minute story, but get people to tell their story and post those things on your social media page. Come on, somebody. And then watch this. The last strong point that I want you to get out of this is evaluating your evaluation. Oh, yeah. You want to evaluate your own evaluation. Reflecting on the evaluation process is what I'm talking about here. Assessing the success of your evaluation itself and refine the future evaluation. So what your evaluation this year may need to be different as time goes on. It may be a 10 question evaluation. Next time your evaluation may not be questions at all. It could be testimonies, like I said. So using your evaluation process allows you, again, to take the next step as a fundraiser, and to go from startup to sustainability, evaluation after your logic model. And we've done those pieces. We want to look at how to evaluate. So again, why does it matter? I'm going to review these before I let you go. Why does evaluations matter? Because it helps you understand the importance of the programs and ensure your effectiveness, your accountability, and continuous improvement. You get clear and objective goals. You look at the different methods that's available to you, quantitative, qualitative. We're going to talk more about these in the coming weeks. We're going to look at each area and show you how we can improve on them. And these things go on our, again, social media page. Why? So that you can go back and use these techniques to help your organization become strong. We want to use collecting data and evaluation. Want to craft clear and engaging reports. You want a continuous improvement. You want to be able to share those stories with your stakeholders. And then last but not least, you want to evaluate yourself. You want to evaluate yourself. That's important to do to make sure that your funders are doing what needs to be done. So I like what my brother Marcus said. Please share with someone who needs to hear this. Thank you, Mark. So much valuable and lessons that we give. I thank you so much for your story. Listen, don't forget to go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to go to wepeatinc.com. There you can get the 10 mistakes fundraisers makes. Sign up for a one-on-one with me. Make sure we connect. And then go to my Linktree page. There you can find a list of all of the social media outlets that I'm connected to. Connect with me one way or another so that I can help you become the fundraiser that I believe and you believe that God has called you to be. Again, I thank you for being with me today. I know sometimes I talk fast because I have so much I want to share. But don't forget, I'm here to help you go from startup to sustainability. I want to help you get your vision off of the paper and onto the pavement. And we do that by sharing these tidbits. We share these nuggets with you week after week so that, again, you can be the best fundraiser that God has called you to be in the kingdom. I want to thank you for joining me today. God bless you. I'm Pastor Willie. I look forward to seeing you right here at the same time next week for more Kingdom Fundraisers Nuggets.